A ref says that's her video. Community notes, violating people, entitled VTuber gets what she deserves. This is gonna be good. Because I can tell you things about this VTuber.
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. Welcome back to another edition of Community Notes, Violating People. For those who are not familiar, Community Notes are a communal fact-check system on Twitter where qualified users can leave a note underneath a tweet providing additional context, and if that note gets enough upvotes from the community, it is publicly applied to the tweet, often leading to funny results. Now, as we get into this video, I gotta point out this account here. This is where we used to get a lot of the screenshots of community notes being applied to various tweets. Unfortunately, it seems that they have switched owners on this account, and now all they do is post engagement bait slop.
How the mighty have fallen. Yeah, community notes just an awesome feature. It's always a misconception that came into existence because of Elon. That is not the case. It was formerly known as Birdwatch, but now it's community notes.
Up like this, and on top of that, they've gotten hit with notes themselves. I mean, how the mighty have fallen. But look at this tweet. What a weird tweet. The DOJ has launched a crusade against successful companies like Visa and MasterCard, sending a message that success in America is punished. And the note says, this is a straw man. These companies are being investigated / sued for various antitrust practices. I don't know what kind of weird arc someone's going through where they're defending Visa and MasterCard, but this is a very strange tweet.
Community notes and violations. Getting community noted and violated. The irony.
Not only is it breaking the gimmick and the purpose of the account, it's being hit with the feature it dedicated itself to in the first place. As we talked about on this channel, Visa and MasterCard are very manipulative. They like to basically threaten to remove their payment services from various platforms, and they're often targeting a lot of Japanese platforms, particularly in the art community, and it's a very strange...
Huh? I didn't know that. That's new information. I guess Visa and MasterCard don't like the Japanese.
They pretty much force these companies to remove artwork from their platform, and I mean anything that's like beyond consensual hand-holding, okay? It's a very weird thing, but here they are defending Visa and MasterCard. Strange arc, but they got hit with a note, and it's quite frankly deserved. Now we're going to move on to the next arc.
This is going to be good. This one's going to be good. This one's actually going to be good. I can promise you this one is special. This is a special kind of VTuber.
Of this video, a very unhinged meltdown in the VTubing scene, which is saying something if it's more unhinged than normal. But before we get into that, welcome back guys. So now we're going to talk about this VTuber named Gumpie. As you can see, they follow 0 people. That's red flag number 1. Why is that a red flag, Rev? I don't really know. It just tends to check out. But you can see they've lost a couple thousand followers over the past 24 hours due to some controversial tweets they have made. So let's begin with this right here. A very dramatic tweet saying, I'm getting R-worded by the VTuber community. God, please help me. So you can see this is the first of many notes that have been applied to her account over the past 24 hours. And the notes...
Yeah, she got absolutely violated by notes. By the community notes.
Says, obviously she is not being assaulted in any sort of a way. Rather, she's facing criticism for a series of controversial tweets she has made. Beginning with this one right here. So it's a call-out post targeting this artist named Kuza, saying, hey, please don't allow this person in your VTuber Discord. He goes to VTuber Discord to steal a person's character to make into a plushie. He has profited off of Gumpie, and I don't have any association or shared profits with him. That's red flag number 2 when someone refers to themselves unironically in the third person. But you can see the next note here saying, this user is falsely accusing LPT_Kuza of being a scammer. In reality, Kuza is an indie toy maker from Vietnam, known for making handmade custom order plushies. Now, we'll hear an actual statement from the artist in a second.
So, to summarize what happened here, she completely lost it because somebody else made fan merch of her. Somebody who made fan merch for most big VTubers. Yeah, you see why this is a problem.
But to give you the bare bones context, essentially someone commissioned Kuza to make a plushie of Gunpei's VTuber model. And after they got done with the commission, they had some extra plushies left over, so they decided to sell them to her community on Discord. That's it. That's what initiated this whole entitled meltdown. Let's see some more tweets, just to give you an idea of what we're dealing with here. So she would actually mock the artist in the replies saying this: "He's making AliExpress Temu tier plushies of my character, lol. The eyes aren't even correct. Gunpei's eye color is pink, not effing orange. Again, he just goes server to server just to profit off of other VTubers' characters."
This bitch is going after somebody who does handmade handmade plushies of her. Isn't that crazy? But it gets worse. It gets worse. I don't know if he's gonna talk about it, but maybe I will talk about it. If he doesn't mention it. It gets worse. It gets way worse.
Well, he has every right to make these plushies of characters. He is allowed to do that. But on top of that, shaming this person who made a plushie that they were commissioned to create is wild. Now, I don't want to come off as like holier than thou or Mr. Wholesome Chungus here, but like, as a content creator, as someone who's had official merch lines, also unofficial and fan-made merch, I don't think there's anything cooler as a content creator than people making merch for you, right? Or even wanting merch related to your channel. That's a very cool thing to see. And someone like this having an entitled meltdown over someone making plushies they were commissioned to make is just very bizarre. But they would continue, and they would say this: "It would have been a completely different story if he mailed me the extra plushies, but no, he's so profit-oriented that he decided to sell knockoffs to people in my community who have no idea when they're..."
Fan merch! Not knockoffs! Dude, I would kill if somebody made fan merch of me. That would be insane. What the heck are you talking about?
...will get shipped. Bro lives in Vietnam. There's no way he is struggling for extra cash in that country with his business.
That's racism, by the way, here.
You can sell orange juice with coffee shots for $1 and live off of that for a week in that effing country. So it wouldn't be a public VTuber meltdown without a dash of racism added into that. But also they would say this, and getting hit with another note: "I'll always get effed over by the VTubing community no matter what. I get my design/character R-worded for profit while not even getting anything for free. Many such cases than..."
Your model did not get R-worded. Somebody, for example, especially popular, because like he made plushies for like Bao the Whale, who else? Pipkin Pippa and stuff. No, nothing. None of these things happened. Sorry, my dear, to tell you that no such thing happened. And the worst part is that the plushies look good for not even being official. Exactly.
And this user replies saying, "Rev, put me in the video. You got it, chief. There you are." But anyways, yeah. So really there's no like nice way of going about this, but like, who are you? Like, what is this sense of entitlement that people are profiting off of your likeness? Spoiler alert, the artist sold 4 plushies. 4 plushies. And this is what this person is.
Yeah. She had a complete meltdown because of 4 frickin' plushies.
Seething about. It's very, very strange. But they would continue on to not only attack the artist further, but also shame anyone from her community who actually bought one, saying this: "LOL, I'm sorry to those who bought the plushie, but it's kinda your fault. It wasn't even vetted by me, and it's poorly made. Like, what were you expecting? Ah ha ha ha." Well, let's talk about the artist. Okay, I'll put a link to their account in the description if you want to go give them a follow and check out their commission work. But yeah, you can see Kusa here. They would make an official statement responding to everything, and you can see it has 32,000 likes, 2.3 million views. This is a universally supported post right here. So they say this: "I got commissioned to make a Gunpei plushie. I still have some plushy body after I finish it. Then I go ask everyone on SV if they wanted it. I only sold 3. That only 4 Gunpei plushie ever sold. I'm sorry for not thinking it through. I only thought people would like to have it. And then they go on to apologize and say all these things, which...
Bro should have not apologized. He should have not apologized. And I'm going to tell you why if Rev does talk about it, but I don't know.
My response, and pretty much everybody's response to this, is you have nothing to apologize for. You did literally nothing wrong. And you can see these are just some of the replies. This is the first section of replies. And you can see some big names, both indie and agency VTubers, praising this artist and also talking about how they've had a good experience and they appreciate the plushies they've gotten commissioned from this artist. And yeah, I mean, what a weird hill to die on. I mean, this is like your first impression to everybody in the VTubing scene is being an entitled brat melting down over someone making a fan-made plushie of your VTuber model. And here's their commission prices also, if you want to check it out. Definitely, again, support the artist. They don't deserve any of this. But let's wrap up this arc of the video with a final...
Did you hear about a VTuber named TrickyWee? Yeah, I'm aware of that. Being upset about the Trump shooter missing his shot. If not, Kirsha talked about it. And another channel, not hers, clipped it. I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. I've seen that. Because Ref also talked about it. I've seen that. Just thought I'd say the last thing because we're on the topic of VTubers being slightly more unhinged than usual. This VTuber is not just slightly more unhinged, she's way more unhinged. This is just what you see from her on Twitter. This gets worse. This gets way worse, but I'm aware of Tricky.
Set of notes. A 2-time feature here. 2 notes applied to...
I also can't interact with her because I'm banned on her Twitch and on Twitter. Because I criticized her also for that.
The same series of interactions here where Gunpei says, "Hi, you can support me by the new UU Market merch drop on November 25th at 3 p.m. I do get 20% profits. Pretty good. At least it gets profits. At least I get profits then compared to this fellow where I get absolutely 0%. I don't really know what's going on with that potential merch drop, but there's a lot of people talking about that. We'll see if that actually happens or not, but that's going to conclude this arc of the video. Yeah, what a mess.
So this VTuber actually gets way more crazy. This VTuber gets way more crazy. So, the reason why she follows no people on Twitter, there's a reason for that. She dates her community. That is not a joke. If you look it up on Twitter, just Gunpei dating. If you search for it, you will find it. She is literally dating her community. How do we know this? Well, there were fellow people that joined her Discord server. First of all, she's super jealous. If you watch another VTuber, that's cheating. If you talk about another girl, that's cheating. And on her Discord, she will literally want either pictures or she wants a voicemail confirming that you are a guy. If you are a woman, you will get nuked off of her Discord. I am not kidding. This bitch is crazy. Like it is insane. And like she even sleeps in Discord, like in voice chat with her viewers. Like not like she sleeps and they sleep in the same Discord channel. That's how this woman is crazy. So what you're saying is that the VTuber in this video is the poster child of parasocialism. This chick is probably more parasocial than her viewers is. Her viewers are. This woman is actually insane. I already see Pokey joining the server. No. Ugh. Ew. Who would want that? But yeah, this chick is insane.
But let's continue on with some more standard notes. speaking of entitlement here, here's a tweet saying streaming is way harder than a 9 to 5. I don't care, be mad about it.
I disagree with that. Streaming is easy. It can become more difficult. Not the streaming part, not the action of streaming that is difficult, but if you're doing it full time, like everything around it may make it difficult. If you're like uh doing this full time, right? You have your own company, you have merch, you have maybe other content where you do that. Um what else? You have employees, right? The action of streaming is not harder, but everything that's around it might make it harder. How did you find out about this VTuber beyond this video? I'm curious about her now. Originally I found out about her because Ref's wife criticized her back then when she dropped the "I'm dating my community" tweet. And then obviously it happened again with this one. That's how I found her.
And the note says, this post is engaging in engagement farming or rage baiting, which violates X's rules. That's the catch-all that gets applied to a lot of engagement bait and rage bait content like this. But yeah, this is a losing argument. Anytime someone brings up the whole streaming is harder than 9 to 5, you're already catching an L if you're going with that. Like, yes, there's unique challenges to being a streamer or content creator. You know, back working a regular job, I didn't have to worry about getting death threats because of my opinions regarding like video games and silly stuff like that. But there's no possible way a reasonable person actually thinks streaming is way harder than a 9 to 5. And if you do actually believe that streaming is harder than a 9 to 5, I would just say keep that to yourself, because there's,
Like I said, I think it's a lot more nuanced. The action of streaming is easy. Right? I do it every single day. The action of streaming is easy. It's just when you have more that's connected to that where it becomes it might become harder. It ain't. Also, hello, I'm back. I know it isn't. I've worked a 9 to 5. I would never want to go back. I have to.
there's no universe where you're going to say that publicly and not get shamed for it. But let's move on to the next note. This one says, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson were urged to make their fight bare knuckle because of low ticket sales. And the note says, the idea of making this fight bare knuckle was brought up on a single podcast which Dexerto is using to create clickbait. The fight will be a boxing match with gloves. Now, I actually watched this fight, and it was very disappointing.
Everybody, everybody says that fight was disappointing, and it absolutely was. This was terrible. I wonder if Jake Paul ever gonna dig out is ever gonna dig out Ali for this. The hardest thing about streaming is are knowing what to say and what to react to, and knowing the consequences if you say the wrong thing. The thing is, I don't really care. That's the thing. I really don't care, because yay, Twitter would be canceling me. I don't give a shit. I'll just uninstall Twitter and that'll be it. Pokey was Jake Paul. I'm too young for him, so no. He probably wouldn't fight me. I'm not old enough. Mike Tyson deserved better. Yeah, he did. I would have found it maybe much more interesting if he actually fought a boxer his own age. Because then we'd have an equal playing field. But imagine not being able to knock out a 58-year-old man.
Besides the lag on Netflix making it almost unwatchable, the fight itself was very, very underwhelming.
We also saw Mike's ass. Never again. 23-year-old German beats the shit out of Jake Paul. I'm too young. I'm too young. I don't just mean that Twitter would cancel you. The ban and sponsor effects would be unfortunate. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I agree. That is true. But again, I really don't care that much, to be fair. I just say what I think. Obviously, I need, if I have an opinion, it needs to be grounded in reality. It needs to have some logic.
To say the least, and a lot of people are very disappointed. It does seem that they sold a lot of tickets. I don't think that was an issue. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. Crunchyroll saying today the VRM MMORPG, that's a mouthful, Sword Art Online came to an end thanks to Kirito's efforts. All 6,147 remaining players were logged out by the system and saved. And the note says, while the remaining 6,100 players are still alive, roughly 300 have yet to wake up. It is currently unclear why this is the case, and the related investigation is still ongoing. I love seeing Crunchyroll get actually'd by a note. This is a very interesting note.
I mean, if you commit a federal crime, I guess. I don't have much, what's the word? Sympathy. If you get community noted. Angry Birds. But Jake Paul beat up an old man. Surely you could also beat a man older than you as well. The thing is, he wouldn't even go fight me because I'm not old enough.
Fact-checking Sword Art Online lore, which is quite funny. But let's move on to the next note. This one saying, just in, Jeff Bezos sold another 3 billion Amazon stock. Looking good, Jeff. And the note says,
this is Vin Diesel, not Jeff Bezos. How do you even confuse these two? What federal crime did Crunchyroll commit? Apparently they opened mail that they weren't supposed to open, as far as I'm aware. As far as I'm aware. As far as I'm aware, that's the case. I just looked it up real quick, but I think that's the case. They did something with the mail of some employee. Who's your op, Pokey? I don't have an op. Myself. Always.
The person pictured is Vin Diesel and not Jeff Bezos. And honestly, I get it. I don't even know if they're making a joke here. I mean, this is understandable. Pretty much every bald guy who's a celebrity gets confused with Vin Diesel all the time. But here's the next note saying he did it. And the note says, Donald Trump has not worn any Skrull costumes, at least publicly. The image above is AI generated. You know what?
I mean, it'd still be funny if he did. Is that Bruce Willis? No. Poor Bruce Willis. Just really poor Bruce Willis. Sad that he's sick and has kind of deteriorated that much. It's sad. The only good thing about Crunchyroll was that they had an anime mascot turned VTuber. Yeah.
But I'm going to dispute the note. I'm going to say this is real. This is American politics. It's a canon event in American politics right here. I'm going to say this actually happened because it's way funnier if it did. Here's another one saying, my friend has just ordered possibly the worst takeaway order of all time.
It's just fries and olives? It's just fries and olives. Ew.
I am shocked. And the note says, this is a recycled image and tweet and also contains an undisclosed ad. This is a big problem on Twitter. A lot of the big gimmick accounts and stuff, they're constantly sponsored by Stake, which I believe is a gambling platform. And basically, if you
remember when a lot of those gimmick accounts were sponsoring or sponsored OnlyFans girls, and for example, women posting Ls literally made advertisements for OnlyFans girls, which was so hypocritical that he got his ass beat for it. Love to see it.
you put stuff like that in your tweets, you're supposed to get hit with a note so you can't make any more ad revenue from it because it's an undisclosed ad. But yeah, you already know a post is going to be slop if it has some sort of watermark like that because it's clearly just being posted for engagement baiting. But here's the last one saying, if Trump wins, I'll give $50 to everyone that engages with this post. And the note simply says, no, they won't. And the citation is just X. It's just Twitter. Very bizarre, but yeah, anyone who makes these sorts of promises should be legally bound to follow through on them. If you're going to post stupid engagement bait like that, you got to follow through. But anyone with an...
I think bro might as well get a gun. Because he is not paying this. If that were legally enforceable, he is not paying this.
NFT profile picture, one of those gorilla profile pictures in the year 2024, like, they don't got $50 to give away to people. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Another round of community notes violating people. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed.
That's the end of the video. Yeah, that was fine. That was fine, especially the VTuber section. Yeah, Gunpei is crazy, crazy woman.